This is the Aramaic and Palestinian Targum. We're reading Leviticus chapter 7, and we've now started Vayakra, which is our Torah portion reading. And this is the law of the trespass offering. It must be most holy. In the place where they kill the burnt sacrifice, they shall kill the trespass offering, and the blood thereof shall he sprinkle upon the altar round about. And he shall offer all the fat thereof, and the tail, and the fat which covereth the innards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat which is upon them, and upon the inwards. And the caul that is upon the liver, upon the kidneys, he shall take away, and the priest shall burn them in the altar, an oblation before the Lord. It is a trespass offering. Every man of the priests may eat of it in the holy place. Shall it be eaten? It is most sacred. As the rite of the sin offering, so is the rite of the trespass. There is one law for them. The priest who maketh atonement with its blood shall have it. And when the priest offereth another man's burnt sacrifice, the skin of the burnt sacrifice which he offered shall be the priest's. And every mincher which is baked in the oven, and every one that is made in a pot, or in a frying pan, or upon a dish, the priest who offereth it shall have it for his own. And every mincher mixed with oil, or which is dry, shall be for any of the sons of Aaron, a man as his brother. And this is the law of the sacrificed victims, which they may offer before the Lord. If he offer it for a thanksgiving, let him offer with the oblation of thanks unleavened cakes mingled with olive oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with olive oil, and flour fried with the mixture of olive oil. Upon the cakes he shall offer his oblation of unleavened bread with the hallowed sacrifice of thanksgiving. And of it he shall present one as a separation before the Lord. The priest who sprinkleth the blood of the hallowed sacrifice shall have it. And the flesh of his hallowed sacrifice of thanksgiving shall be eaten on the day when it is offered. None of it may be laid up or covered up until the morning. But if his hallowed sacrifice be a vow or a free-willed gift, sacrifice may be partly eaten on the day when it is offered, and the remainder may be eaten the following day at evening. And what remaineth of the flesh of the hallowed sacrifice on the 3rd day shall be burnt with fire. If eating, he will eat of the flesh of his hallowed sacrifice on the 3rd day. It shall not be accepted of him who offered it, nor reckoned to him for righteousness. It will be a profaned thing, and the man who eateth of it shall bear his sin. And if the flesh of things halloweth touch any uncleanliness, it must not be eaten, but burnt in fire. But as to flesh that is consecrated, anyone who is clean by sanctification may eat the hallowed flesh. But the man who eateth the flesh of the hallowed sacrifice that is offered before the Lord, with his uncleanliness upon him, that man shall be destroyed from among his people. The man also who touches any unclean thing, whether the uncleanness of man, or of unclean beasts, or any unclean reptile, and eateth of the flesh of the hallowed sacrifice offered before the Lord, that man shall be cut off from his people. And the Lord spake with Moshe, saying, Speak with the sons of Israel, saying, You may not eat any fat of oxen, or sheep, or goats, but the fat of an animal which corrupteth in the hour of sacrifice, or which dieth a dead thing by death, or the fat of a beast that is torn, may be used in any work. But the fat of an animal that is in a right condition shall be burnt upon the altar, and shall in no wise be eaten. For he who eateth the fat of an animal that is fit to be offered as an oblation before the Lord, that man who eateth the fat shall be cut off from his people. In none of your dwellings shall you eat the blood, whether of bird or of beast. Every man who eateth the blood of any living thing, that man shall be cut off from his people. And the Lord spake with Moshe, saying, Speak with the sons of Aaron, saying, Whosoever presenteth his hallowed sacrifice before the Lord shall himself bring an oblation of his hallowed sacrifice unto the presence of the Lord. His hands shall bring the oblations of the Lord, which he would set apart as his hallowed sacrifice, the fatness that is upon the beast, and the breast cut out with 2 ribs here and 2 ribs there at the top, shall he bring to be uplifted in evolution before the Lord. Jerusalem, his own hands shall bring in the oblation of the Lord, the fat which is upon the beast, he shall give it, and the breast to wave it a wave offering before the Lord. And the priest shall burn the fat upon the altar, and the breast shall be for Aaron and for his sons. And the right shoulder of your hallowed sacrifice from the side unto its extremity, deora arm, you shall give as a separation unto the priest. He of the sons of Aaron, who offered the blood and the fat of the hallowed sacrifice, shall have the right shoulder as his portion. For the uplifted breast and the shoulder of the separation have I taken of your hallowed sacrifice, and given to them, to Aaron the priest, and to his sons, by an everlasting statute, from the children of Israel. This pertaineth to the consecration of Aaron, to the consecration of his sons, over all the Levites their brethren, that they may eat of the Lord's oblations in the day that they present them to minister before the Lord, which the Lord commanded to be given them in the day of their consecration from among the sons of Israel, by an everlasting statute to your generations. And this is the law of the burnt offering, which is brought to atone for the thoughts of the heart, of the mincha, of the sin offering, of the trespass offering, and of the peace offering, all the hallowed sacrifices which the Lord commanded Moshe in Mount Sinai, in the day that he commanded the sons of Israel to offer their oblations before the Lord in the tabernacle that he made unto them in the wilderness of Sinai.